Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of the Shooting Show, and welcome, friends, again to this week's program. We appreciate you being there, and yes, if you're watching this, that means we put it together, we got on the air again. There's never been, people watch some of these programs like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire cause the suspense of the questions. Some people watch this show and say, well, they're going to get on again? Are they going to make it again? Well, yes, indeed. Thanks to you, we're here again. And friends, we do appreciate it. I mean, we're running on the skin of our teeth, but heck, we're used to that. I mean, this is 432 shows that you, the viewer, have demanded to be put on the air. And we really appreciate, listen, the folks with the MechTech company are working double shifts to manufacture MechTechs to fill the orders. And no, we don't make much on these things. We got to have volume. We must have volume for the MechTech. And we have, certainly the new 460 is very, very popular. It's exciting stuff, friends. And we do hope within the next 2 weeks to clear up all the orders. Now, as you're seeing this, we're going on our way to Colorado to take part in the 4th of July celebration there in Johnstown for the radio network. And we're certainly, like I said, I hope by the time you see this on for the first airing on Sunday night, well, hopefully we will have a great day in the park and a great day out there shooting in Johnstown, Colorado, in that area anyway. A lot of people have expressed interest. They want to shoot the MechTechs, they want to shoot our pistol kits, want to shoot our Dan Wesson. Remember, in the August issue of Guns Magazine, we've got a really nice article by John Taffin on our 460 Dan Wesson. A lot of exciting things happening, friends, around the cartridge. And of course, what we must do, we've got to sell guns. We don't make any money on the ammo or on the cases. All these folks are, at least not yet anyway. But what we must do, we make our commissions, we make our license fees on selling kits for the 1911, and certainly on the MechTech. So it's so important. Friends, if you've got one of these, please tell somebody, tell them they need one. And incidentally, in New York, I've talked about how the MechTech is so superior in handling to the AR-15s, the Mini-14s, about anything else. Well, let's talk about that briefly. And we have some really great people that watch this program in New York, because I talk to them. Realize, friends, this is a regular old AR-15. This is a pre-banned model. The model banned in 1994. Now, see, you can still own the pre-banned models. The manufacturers can't sell anymore. But to us as real Americans, we don't carry some kind of badge. If we're not some kind of government agent, seems like we can't. Now, let's home in on this. I want to show you something. Friends, you see this little piece of metal right here? Right there. Right here, just a little bitty piece of metal. Probably weighs just much less than an ounce. That little piece of metal. You know what? If you have this little piece of metal on a gun today on one of these ARs, the pre-banned models in New York State, when Pataki gets back and signs that bill, looks like he's going to sign it, guess what? You can go to jail 7 years. That little piece of metal right there on this AR-15 with the pistol grip, you can go to jail for 7 years for owning this little piece of metal. Now let's just take a quick look at something. Now, friends, the reasonable person would not see what's so dangerous about this little piece of metal underneath this gun barrel. Now, you notice that it is a bayonet lug, but if you just got the lug, I mean, look, it won't hurt the water bottle. We hadn't even made a leak yet. Heck, it's not even very abrasive on your hand. I mean, what you gonna do with it? What's so dangerous about this piece of metal? I mean, heck, what's the deal? But for possessing this piece of metal, you can go to jail for 7 years in New York. These people are crazy. Well, friends, I know a lot of people with guns. Heck, most people I know have guns. I have never seen a bayonet mounted to an AR-15. Never have seen one. Offhand, I can't think of anybody that I know for sure even owns a bayonet for an AR-15. But this makes this gun so dangerous, They want to put the good people in New York in jail for 7 years for having one. Don't sell it. You got one, don't sell it, because they put you in jail for that too. Gonna make you turn them in, gonna confiscate them. Cause of a little bayonet look. See, this is the same logic that got Randy Weaver's wife, Vicky, killed. She was killed over 1/4 of an inch of steel in a shotgun barrel. They killed her over 1/4 of an inch, less than a nickel's worth of steel. So I guess to the federal government, our lives are not worth a plug nickel. Friends, this is crazy, and I feel so sorry for you folks in New York, because you've got a governor who has sucked up to the United Nations, who has sucked up to this evil federal empire in Washington, D.C. Unbelievable, isn't it? You know, a water bottle's not all that tough, but that bayonet lug just won't do. How can you go to jail for having a piece of metal that won't hurt anybody? These people are crazy. They are crazy, and they're evil. They've got to be stopped. They must be stopped. You know, the dangerous thing about the gun is it shoots bullets. It's not because it has a little bayonet lug on it. How many people have been bayoneted in the United States in the last 100 years? Whoa, let's see. You're going to have to go back to the Civil War. Wait a minute. Whoop, let's see. Civil War, but the last Americans bayoneted were by guess who? The United States Army, working for the United States government, and they happened to be American Indians. Those were the last people bayoneted in the United States. So if we ought to be worried about anybody having bayonet lugs, shouldn't be us. Ought to be the U.S. government, because they're the last people to use them on American citizens. American Indians were the last people to feel the bayonet slice through their bodies. Those are the last people. So the government's afraid. I guess they feel like they're so deadly, afraid for us. It's crazy, friends. This is absolutely insane. But that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people that are mentally retarded, the people that are wanting to enslave us. The ones that aren't retarded want to enslave us. The only chance we've got as citizens, we've got to reclaim the power of ourselves back to ourselves. We've got to defang the federal government. The federal government is supposed to be an agent for us, the citizens. In the short term, it's going to take a while to do that. They're not going to do it willingly, but it can be done. In the short term, television is the only chance we've got on introducing as many Americans to our concept as gun owners. It's the only chance we've got. Only chance we've got. We're working on our network. We don't have the money to get it running yet. We need your help. We've got to keep this TV show on the air, friends. We've got to do it. We've got to reach more people in America. We've got to have more hours on television. If you want to help us stay on the air, please send whatever you can to the Shooting Show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dublin, Louisiana. The zip code is 71024. Let me tell you what. We tried to reason with the gun industry all these years. This is our 10th year on the air. We tried to reason with the gun industry. Oh, they were so afraid that if they supported us, they would lose. The government would pound them. Government would come in on them. Guess what? They didn't support us. The government came in on them anyway. You know, Colt's essentially out of business, as far as we know. You know, Colt quit making civilian arms, quit selling to civilians like the government told them. Then they lost the government contract. You see, when you deal with liars and cheats and criminals, what other behavior would you expect to get other than lying, cheating, criminal behavior? You can't deal with criminals. You have to defeat them. That's the only way to deal with a criminal. You have to defeat them. And our federal government is being run by criminals. That's why we're here, friends. You know, life here in the United States can be so good. We can enjoy our homes, our families, our pets. But you know what? We're going to have to fight for it. we're going to have to fight for our American way of life, or guess what? We're not going to have it. Well, let's get another shooting show underway. Remember, you can get the MechTech kits. You can also get the pistol kits from us right here at the program. And I just flatly don't understand, you know, that bayonet lug. I don't know. Like I said, 7 years in jail having that little bayonet lug. Oh my goodness. You folks in New York, move south. You might want to move west. Just get out. That's all I can say. Come to free America. There's still some parts of free America here. Okay, let's get another show underway. Let's take the jungle gun, actually, and we have a little drill that I think we might call clearing the benches. You know what I'm saying? I think I cleared them pretty well, wouldn't you say? Come here, boy. Piper, here, boy.
And here's the latest member of our staff. This is Piper, the 460 version of the Labrador Retriever.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Now, friends, here's one of the most important publications you can get. This is the Great Georgia Arms Catalog, and please write their phone number down, 1-800-624-6861. This is a tremendous catalog with the best ammunition prices available in the United States. Okay, well, here's a mention of the shooting show. Hey, that's reason enough to support them right there, but you get superior ammunition at superior prices. Let's look over here. Whoops, let's see, what do we see? 460 Rowland, yes indeed, but we also see a tremendous number of other things. 45 ACPs, 44 Magnums, 41 Magnums, certainly our defense load there, defense special 41 Magnum load available, but all kinds of others. 9mm, 357 SIGs, 44 specials, 30-06s, 7 mags, all kinds of neat stuff. Plus they have components. If you want to load your own, they'll sell you lead bullets, they'll sell you nostril bullets, all kinds of great features. Yes, in fact, they'll even sell you a 460 Rowland kit for the great 1911 guns. Cleaning accessories. Here's gunpowder for sale. Loading equipment for sale. Friends, give them a call today. These are some of the finest people, period, that I've ever had a chance to meet. Curtis Shipley and our good friend Larry Haney from Georgia Arms, and they're helping to support the shooting show. Give them a call today. Get a free catalog, 1-800-624-6861. And please don't forget to tell them you saw it here on our show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Clark Custom Guns today, and of course here's Jerry Michelik, just back from California. Jerry won the International Revolver Championships again. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Johnny.
Well, I see you're surrounded by kids here, Jerry. What are you folks doing?
Well, this is the USPSA Junior Shooting Camp.
Uh-huh.
We have them for a week here. We're going to do the USPSA drills. We're going to teach them gun handling. Of course, gun safety is the utmost importance.
Right.
And they stay with us a week, and they get to shoot about 1,000 rounds or so.
Well, that's great. Now, this is you folks have done this for several years, haven't you?
Right, John. This is our 3rd year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's going pretty good. Everybody's having a good time.
Great. These young people loading magazines. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Kay Clark Michelik, and certainly loading magazines. Kay, how many young people do you have this year?
We have 11. 2 girls, 9 boys, ages 12 to 17.
Which that's about your capacity for your classes, so individual instruction and all.
Yeah, well, we could actually go a few more on the range. They're all very well mannered on the range. It's our sleeping quarters at night.
Right.
About 9 boys in one spot's about all we're in.
Racks, we saw a lot of bad techniques come back into play. We want to try to correct them again with a little dry fire here this morning. So get you a target, get lined up on the target. No handling of ammunition right now. You know, line is safe. You can go ahead and do some warm-up drills here. Work on your stance, work on your trigger control. Remember yesterday we talked about feeling the trigger? It's very important this morning to get out when you're having shots and really try to feel that trigger pull. The line is safe. You can go ahead and draw.
I noticed that since we're dry firing, eye and ear protection is not mandatory at this point. What kind of holster is that, ma'am? This young lady standing next to us. What kind of holster?
I'm not sure. It's from JP Enterprises.
From JP Enterprises. What kind of gun is that?
38 Super, SBI.
All right, start with just one-shot draws. Slow, go for technique, not for speed here. Want some A-zone hits. Feel that trigger as you're coming up. Really think about each step for the moment. Where you knock your safety off, where your hands come together, where you start taking the slack up out of the trigger, and break the shot good and smooth.
What's your name, son?
Carl, man.
Carl? Where are you from?
Alabama.
From Alabama? What kind of gun you using?
38 Super.
38, what kind of gun?
Para.
A Para? And it's a Seymour sight? Well, good luck to you. Glad you could come.
Thanks.
Right. Son, what's your name?
Jake,
Jake, where are you from?
Alto, Texas.
From Texas? What kind of gun you using?
Barrel,
A Para? What caliber?
38 Super.
38 Super. Well, looks like you're doing well.
Thank you.
Okay.
You can get a sight picture. Read every shot. You clear the load and fire. Shoot one magazine. Remember to hold the gun tight. You want it tracking straight up and down. If it's not tracking straight, let me know. We're going to have to do something with you. The line is clear. Line is hot.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Sarah Barnett, and I'm from Woodbury, Minnesota.
From Minnesota? Great. And what's your name?
My name's Ashley Lovett, and I'm from Camden, New York.
Well, great. Well, very nice of you to come down. Hope you're enjoying our cool weather down here.
Yeah.
Recognize you from last year here, huh?
Yeah.
We're glad you could come back. What's your name? What's your name again? Where are you from?
Paul Clark in Denver, Colorado.
From Denver. Great.
Kyle Val. I'm from York, Pennsylvania.
From Pennsylvania, son?
I'm Bobby Huff from Hackett, Arkansas.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with Sheila Bray. And Sheila, this your first time down here?
Oh, yes, it is.
And where are you from, please?
I'm from upstate New York, and I'm here helping Kay and Jerry run the junior camp. I'm also escorting one of the junior shooters from Area 7, Ashley Lovett.
Well, certainly glad you could come down. Hope you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
Technique, of course, the draw, nothing changes there. Show y'all clear here. We'll talk about two things, getting the mag out and then grabbing on the other one. About a 3-step process here.
Now, friends, you know shooting is such a great sport for young people, for everyone in the family, and we're showing here how young people can be properly instructed. I know this is going to terrify the anti-gun people, but this is really great sport and proper teaching techniques. We've got to have these young people coming into our sport, or we're not going to have a sport left.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Project Exile has been heralded as the way to do something about crime without succumbing to demands for more gun control. Project Exile legislation recently swept through the U.S. House of Representatives by a vote of 358 to 60. I believe that 358 representatives voted wrong. Project Exile is not going to decrease the demand for gun control. It is a call for zero tolerance and 5-year prison terms in the enforcement of existing gun control laws. Here are some existing gun laws. Attaching a 2 or more round extension to a post-ban Glock pistol magazine, attaching a flash suppressor, folding stock, or bayonet lug to certain household firearms, accidentally carrying or possessing a weapon with or without a state license into a federally prohibited area, such as near a school, driving to another state to give a family member a handgun without going through the instant check registration scheme, possessing a gun while subject to a restraining order, regardless of the absence of violence and without a trial or any legal adversarial process having taken place, committing any minor infraction of any unconstitutional federal gun law. Two very well-known cases of the zero-tolerance type approach embedded in Project Exile are Ruby Ridge and Waco. At Ruby Ridge, federal agents killed a boy and a mom holding a baby. They came down on the Weaver family because Randy had sawed off a shotgun 1/4 inch under the federal limit, and the jury found that Weaver sawed it off because a federal agent persuaded him to do so and thus was not guilty. At Waco, 85 church members were killed over the possibility of a non-registered machine gun on premises. All that carnage based on federal records that the head of the records department admits are wrong 50% of the time. Project Exile also represents a transfer of street crime jurisdiction to the federal government, even though the founders very clearly intended for it to be excluded from federal control. The Project Exile bill gives money to states which agree to meet federal standards or turn their jurisdiction over to the federal government. Rather than Project Exile, how about a zero tolerance for all Second Amendment infringements? Let's have Project Repeal of all federal gun control. And from Washington, this is Larry Pratt.
Friends, Gun Owners of America is the only no-compromise gun owners organization in the Washington, D.C. area, and they're helping to support our project. You can call them for membership or for more information at 888-886-GUNS, 888-886-4867.
Rowland, we're here in Northwest Alabama, from the Northwest Alabama chapter of the GRA. We'll have a little scenario shooting this afternoon. We've got Dennis Crocker and some friends here with us. We're going to do a little grass shooting, have a little fun. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Muscle Shoals. Dennis, you got anything there? I'm trying to quick one there.
Well, Johnny, we're going to shoot grass and have a blast.
Now, one of the first things that we do at the grass matches are qualify the various shooters to find out what their capabilities are. And now we discuss the individual scenarios about how we're going to shoot this particular stage.
You're driving home and you take a shortcut to get there. You have a flat tire and you must stop to change it.
And now the competition begins. We want to thank Dennis Crocker and Billy Dixon for putting on this match in Alabama. We also want to thank Terry LaFans and Gene Forsyth, seen here, for shooting and promoting our great new grass shooting discipline.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Now, friends, what you're looking at here is one of the great bore sight targets. Realize these come with reusable stands. They have all kinds of versions of targets, whether it be animal models or, for that matter, just straight targets. You can set them up anywhere, use them anywhere. These are some people that are trying to support our project, trying to help us. You can get all kinds of packages of targets, many, many different things they offer. They take MasterCard and Visa. Give them a call, 800-200-9690. Again, bore sight targets. Call and order a package today. Yes, if you're a dealer, you can inquire there too. 800-200-9690. And please tell them that you saw it here on our show. And now for our support group friends, and also a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or on the internet, www.jimshouseofvideos.com. And for your leather needs, you can call Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana, area 225-667-9225. For your communications needs in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, call Brooks Communications, area 505-888-2929. For our GRASS, Grass Shooting Discipline rule books, and Kramer holsters as well, you can call Dennis Crocker at area 864-587-8722. To have your gun stock painted, you can call Camouflage Technologies at area 909-674-6488. And for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, call Gearlings Equipment Rentals, area 909-354-6476.
And friends, let's go ahead and check our gun. We know our revolver is empty. Remember, we check them 3 times. It just takes a moment. It's a simple thing that can prevent accidents. Okay, the same drill on the revolver. You don't want your finger curled way around like this. This is wrong, because what can actually happen, you can actually build up some flesh here around the trigger, and you can't even pull the trigger. See, I've got so much flesh here involved, I can't even pull it. Again, back to that first joint, this part of your finger right here. Now, to some of you, this may feel, especially if you've been doing it wrong the whole time, this may not feel right, but trust me, it will with a little practice.
And friends, our gospel show is coming up next. Please stay with us. It's a show you don't want to miss. Well, hello, friends. I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of the gospel.